Hey folks, and welcome back to the channel. HappyCattyCrypto here. Fear and Greed Index still sitting on that 59. It's going to change by the time this video comes out, so it could have dropped down a little bit. If this is 12 minutes long, we will check back at the end. If I remember, I've got a lot of tabs open, so bear with me. Let's go over to Twitter. This is really good. This is actually exciting news because, you know, as much as everything that happened, right, Tobias more or less walked away and it left a huge gap in the development team. And the reason being is we need a senior developer. We need someone with extensive knowledge. And when I say extensive knowledge, the best person you could get is probably an original developer, as they have. So our new senior developer was one of the original developers of the Cosmos SDK and IBC and has extensive L1 blockchain experience. There is a deleted tweet in here. I have sent a message to ask what was deleted. I think maybe it had their name in it or something like that. I don't know. So our new senior Cosmos developer has requested to not join social media. So we will respect his wish for privacy. So we know it's a guy and ask the community to do the same. However, he is fully doxed to the L1 team as well as TGF. This is gold and this is good news. The reason why is every time someone publicly doxes themselves, they become attacked publicly. It becomes very personal and everything about that person becomes an angle to be used against them. Simply judging someone off of crazy rumors that go around, and it's like Chinese whispers. Someone tells it to one person, that person tells it to the next, and it gets misconstrued. A simple sentence can end up as a huge paragraph. So we're excited by this addition to our new team and are looking forward to bringing the blockchain to parity, to completing Q2, and to any other exciting development opportunities as mandated by the community through governance. This is golden. So right here, what I see is them giving a nod and saying, we can see that USTC is possibly going to pass on a signaling proposal. And if that's what the community wants, we will follow that as mandated by the community through governance. This is golden. This is exactly what we want to hear. We don't want to hear about someone's sidechain built on AI or someone's great vision of how this blockchain should be. Let's get developers in. Let's get the simple things done. Let's actually follow through on everything that we've been doing and get this snowball rolling. Because once we start rolling and we're heading down this road, we're simply just going to start picking up traction as we go, picking up some more snow and becoming a huge snowball as we annihilate through all these little different levels of resistance, setting higher highs, higher lows, wiping out all the shorters, and really bringing this coin back to its once former glory. Because we did revive this once. I think on its peak, it's a 15x. That's not a small amount to go up by. There's something here. There's something in this blockchain. This is good news. This is what we want to see. So what does this mean realistically for our blockchain if we're getting a Cosmos SDK developer that has more or less developed the original system? Well, this is actually really good, right? So if you look a little bit deeper into this, what can you see? Well, I see a developer that is possibly not happy working where they've been working, or things have maybe not panned out for them, and they're thinking, do you know what? LUNC's got a lot of potential. It's at an all-time low. It needs help. They need a new L1 senior developer. Boom. There's a huge opportunity that someone's seen here to get involved. This is absolutely golden from where I'm sitting. The fact that they're not going to be publicly doxxed unless they do something wrong, and that's how it should be. You know, it gets too personal and you don't see that all of the SHIB developers are on Twitter, you know, public personal accounts and things like that. It's time to start conducting ourselves in a more professional manner, and I think this is it. It's good news to see that this gap has been filled, because I know a lot of people were sitting there wondering, how long is this going to take? I've no doubt this now is going to be a situation where you've got someone who's unbiased in LUNC. They don't have this great vision. They're just there to carry out the work, and it really becomes that simple. That's what this L1 development team's for. They're there to carry out what we are asking them to do through governance, and you're going to start to see a lot of different things come forward. And one of three things is going to be mobile station, our own wallet system that belongs to the community that we run and own, not privatized by someone else. And that has to happen, and it's going to come forward. And the sad part is we've just funded Terra Rebel's hardware system when we actually need to build this ourselves. And, you know, this point is coming, and we can't keep... It's like I was saying in my previous video, there's a huge lack of respect for other people in the space. And I think people need to be more respectful as to what's passed through governance, the heading, how the community's feeling, and not just simply listening to what's going on inside your specific bubble, because you'll only listen to what those people are telling you. They're going to tell you what you want to hear, and you're not really getting a third opinion, so to speak. But don't think for a second that with all of this that's going on, that we should let the steam off on them and, you know, give them time to breathe. Because honestly, the best thing to do is the second they get to parity is, you know, more tasks, a good heading, and keeping them on point. You don't want people having time to sit around and tweet all day, because clearly if you've got time to do that, you're not doing things. And yes, things need to render. You've got to wait for things to load. There's always something else that can be done. You can always spend that spare 20 minutes doing something else. And I always think about this, especially with someone who supervises nearly 100 people. If the 100 people, okay, spend 15 minutes, let's say, every morning on their phones in total, that adds up on a huge basis. And I know it sounds silly to an individual, and especially if you work for a big company, right? That time really adds up. And when you get to the end of the year, it's all, you look back at things and you're like, how can we slim down what we're doing? You know, how much are we handling something on its route to its journey? Are we doing point A to point B, or are we having to stop? And all of these things come into play. So I think keeping the pressure on and ensuring that we've got a consistent heading all the time, listening to the community and taking true sentiment. This is all really good news. This is what we want to see. As I was saying recently, it feels like things are starting to align here in LUNC. You're starting to get some kind of positive heading where the community feels like we know where we're going. Everything feels like we've got this huge opportunity in front of us right now that we just didn't have 3, 4, 5 months ago, especially at the beginning of this, when we were just being given the runaround consistently time and time again, for them to just end up paying moderators and buying Roomba Hoovers. So where we are now compared to where we was, this is amazing. This is exactly the heading we needed as a community. And I feel like they're doing what they're being paid to do. We'll have to see how the mandate comes out, how everything pans out. But like I said, don't think for 1 second we should let the steam off on them. Keep the pressure on, keep them working, keep them motivated, and ensure that we're showing them that they're appreciated. Because, you know, would you want to be in their position and feel like you're not appreciated, you're not wanted, you're replaceable, you're expendable? No, no one wants to feel like that. That's just totally silly. You would hate it if you were in that position yourself. So we always need to think from both sides of the pond. Folks, have a really nice day. Stay safe, stay humble, stay aware. Beware of scammers, beware of doppelgangers, beware of anybody pretending to be me. And I will catch you in the next one.